don't you know you're not supposed to sit on the table? Today we are going to talk about negative questions and how they impact the communication, some situations in which they can appear so you can improve your comprehension skills, and examples with context for practice. So let's start by talking about what are negative questions in the first place. So they are questions that are phrased with a negation. They often start with auxiliary verbs or modals like don't, doesn't, didn't, haven't, hasn't, won't, shouldn't, wouldn't, couldn't, isn't, or aren't. And what about the impact on communication? So first thing is that negative questions add nuance to conversations, allowing speakers to convey more subtle meanings such as surprise, doubt, or politeness. Also, they encourage more interactive and engaging dialogue by prompting responses that clarify or expand on information. And finally, the use of negative questions can also affect the emotional tone of a conversation, making it more empathetic, inquisitive, or skeptical. So let's see some situations that can prompt this kind of conversation, this kind of questions. Probably there will be more situations, but I chose here 10. So it is to give you an idea of when you can find or be asked this kind of questions. So first one is expressing surprise. Negative questions are often used when the speaker is taken aback by something that contradicts their expectations. The surprise stems from an assumption that the opposite of what is happening should be true. So, example, don't you live in New York? Imagine you're talking to a friend you thought lived in New York, but they mentioned something that suggests they live elsewhere. So you use this question to express your surprise because you expected them to live in New York and not in this other place that they talked about. Now, seeking confirmation. They are used to confirm assumptions or verify information the speaker believes to be true. This helps ensure accuracy and understanding in communication. For example, doesn't she work at a bank? So, in a conversation about mutual acquaintances, you might use this question to confirm your belief that someone works at a bank. You're pretty sure about it, but you want to hear the other person agree or clarify, just to make sure. Now, another case is expressing curiosity. When someone wants to know more about a situation or find out if something is true, they might use a negative question to express their curiosity. It's a way of gently probing for more information. Example, aren't they coming to the party? So for context, you're curious about who's attending an event and ask this question to find out if certain people will be there. It shows that you expected them to come but are now unsure and you want to know more. Also, you can use negative questions for checking plans and activities. They are useful for verifying whether planned events or ongoing activities are still happening as expected. It's a way of making sure that the current plan is still in place. So, for example, isn't he meeting us at the restaurant? So, before heading to a dinner meeting, you ask this to confirm that your friend is still planning to join you. It reflects your expectation and ensures that the plan hasn't changed. Now, another possibility is expressing disbelief. When someone finds something hard to believe, especially because it contradicts what they thought was true, they might use a negative question. This is common when the speaker is shocked or skeptical about what they're hearing. So, for example, weren't you studying for the exam yesterday? And for context, if a friend tells you that they didn't study, but you are sure they had planned to, this question shows your disbelief. It's like saying, I thought you were definitely studying. What happened? Another possibility is clarifying events or timeline. So, negative questions can clarify the timing of events or confirm details about what happened when. This is often used when the sequence of events is important to the conversation. So, for example, wasn't he driving when the accident happened? And for context, in a discussion about an accident, this question helps clarify whether the person was actually driving at the time. So it's about making sure everyone has the timeline straight. Another situation, checking completion. When the speaker wants to know if a task or action has been finished, a negative question is a polite way to ask without sounding too direct. It often reflects an expectation that the task should already be done. So, for example, hasn't she already sent the email? And for context, in a work setting, if you expected an email to be sent by now, you might ask this to check on its status. It shows that you thought it would be done, but aren't sure and want to confirm. And now, expressing doubt or concern. Negative questions can reveal the speaker's worries or doubts about something, especially when they think the current plan might not work out or there might be an issue. Example, won't you need more time to finish the report? And for context, if you're discussing a tight deadline with a colleague, this question expresses concern that they might not have enough time. It gently suggests that more time might be necessary, showing your worry. Now, seeking assurance. It involves asking for confirmation or reassurance about something that you are certain about or worried might not happen as expected. This type of question is used to get information that a situation will be handled or that a plan is still in place, thereby providing comfort or certainty to the speaker. For example, would you have finished the report by Friday? So imagine you're managing a project and you need a crucial report completed by a specific deadline. As Friday approaches, you're concerned that the report might not be ready on time. You ask this negative question to seek reassurance that the report will indeed be finished by the deadline. It helps confirm that the work is on track and provides you with the needed assurance to proceed with your plans. And finally, making suggestions or offers. Negative questions are a polite and indirect way to offer help or suggest an alternative. They soften the suggestion, making it easier for the other person to accept or decline without feeling pressured. For example, wouldn't you like some assistance with that? And for context, if you see a colleague struggling with a task, you might use this question to offer help in a way that feels supportive rather than intrusive. It's a gentle way of saying, I'm here to help you if you need. So, This is the end of our video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.